Hey, so I thought it'd be easiest for me to try and explain this portion of the assignment by simply doing a screen recording. So the portion that you sent to me is actually not worth points. It's to help you practice and understand the material for then parts A through E. But I know that this can be a little bit tricky. So let me get this back into the screen shared portion here, if I can. There's the corner. Okay. Okay, so you have four different types of carbohydrates, and then you're going to have your protein and fat. And so yes, with protein and fat, you're talking about the same structure for all of them. There's, with proteins, it's a long chain of amino acids, whereas with fats, that means that we're talking about triglycerides. So you have one glycerol backbone and three fatty acids. But when it comes to carbohydrates, you can have a monosaccharide, which is one sugar unit, and that would be something that you would find in, like, say, like fruits or like a fruit juice. So fructose being a fruit sugar, disaccharide, which you're going to find in, say, like milk, like a lactose, which is two sugar units. Starches, so your amylose and amylopectin, which you're going to find in like potatoes and bread. And of course, your fiber, which is going to be your non-digestible carbohydrate. So that's why we really break it down, to show that the breakdown of these carbohydrates really depends on the type of carbohydrate that you're talking about. So just to give you an example of how this works, so for the monosaccharide, it's one sugar unit. At one sugar unit, this is as small as it can get. It's ready to be absorbed. So what you would do then is, for the mouth, well, if you don't really have anything to break down, you're going to have little to no chemical digestion occurring going on in the mouth. So same thing for the stomach. It's already in its absorbable form, so there's little to no chemical digestion occurring. And then same thing with the small intestine. You're not doing any chemical digestion. However, this is the site of absorption for your sugars, and it always goes into the blood circulatory system. It's going to be, I should probably turn off my email. It's only going to be your fat that's going to go into the lymph system. So small intestine is where you're going to do most of your digestion and absorption for all of these nutrients. And then, of course, the large intestine, you don't really have chemical digestion going on here. However, you'll find once you go into fiber, however, that since this is a non-digestible carbohydrate, the large intestine is going to be where you have bacteria breaking down these different types of fibers, producing gases and producing different vitamins, and of course you're going to reabsorb your water as well. So then you would just click submit. It says great work. And again, this doesn't actually count for any points, so if you screw up, it's not that big of a deal, and I'm not trying to give you any answers here, but rather just explain the digestive process. We'll do one more example here. So I'll go through disaccharides. So that means two sugar units. So we don't break down the disaccharide until you get into the small intestine. That's where you're going to have those brush border enzymes. So you're going to have your lactase, your maltase, and your sucrase that break down those disaccharides. So again, little to no chemical digestion, little to no. You get to the small intestine, and this is where you have to kind of differentiate here. You have pancreatic enzymes and intestinal enzymes that are breaking these down. Pancreatic enzymes don't come into play until you start looking at starch. That's where you're going to have your pancreatic amylase that breaks down your starch. However, if it's just a disaccharide, we're talking about those brush border enzymes, your intestinal enzymes. So you would click that, and then it goes into the blood, and then that's it for disaccharides. So monosaccharides and disaccharides are very simple. They don't require a lot of digestion. So that's it. So I'll stop there, but if you still have questions after this, just let me know.